Hello, this is Ashley Matthews, the 2012-2014 PSJD Fellow for the National Association for Law Placement. I'm sitting here with David Stern, the Executive Director of Equal Justice Works, and today we're going to be talking about an initiative of EJW, the Law Students for Pro Bono campaign. David, how are you doing today?
Very well, Ashley. It's good to see you.
Okay, so first starting off, who are the Law Students for Pro Bono?
So Law Students for Pro Bono is an initiative of Equal Justice Works where we decided to mobilize law students all across the country to speak out in favor of law students engaging in pro bono.
Okay.
And the reason why this initiative came up is that the ABA is looking at their accreditation standards. And currently, the accreditation standard says that law schools should provide substantial opportunities for students to do pro bono. But what does that mean? Nobody knows. And so we are hoping that the Law School Accreditation Committee will look at creating a standard of 50 hours as an aspirational goal that students should spend in law school doing pro bono work. And we are getting hundreds of students across the country who are speaking out in favor of this. It was a recent study that was done that said 67% of law students who are entering law school are in favor of a 50-hour pro bono requirement. So we want those voices at the table when the ABA takes up this question about what the standard ought to be.
Okay, and when's the last time that we can take action on something like this?
Yeah, January 31st, very important. I'm glad you asked.
Okay, that's this Friday.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in speaking out on this issue, January 31st is when they got us is the date by which they have to sign the petition, so we can get those signatures to the ABA. Good point.
So, you said that this is an aspirational goal for law students. Why is it important that it's an aspirational goal, and what does that mean?
Yeah, so the ABA has different standards. They have some standards that are mandatory, must do, and then other ones that are goals. The problem with the current standards is it's so vague that nobody knows what the goal is.
Right.
So when an ABA accreditation team goes to visit a law school, they say, how are you doing? Do you have a substantial pro bono program? And some will have very modest programs, but they say that it meets the test. And others have very substantial pro bono programs. And they, of course, say it meets the test. But by putting in a 50-hour goal, it gives schools a target, something to aim for. So we know that that's going to improve a lot of these programs, and people will be much clearer about what they're aiming for if we put that 50-hour goal in the interpretation.
Got it. And so why now? Why is this happening now? Is there a certain reason the ball should get rolling right about now? Or?
Yeah, so this is a new standard. This whole pro bono standard is a relatively new standard in the ABA accreditation rules. It's only been in existence for 4 or 5 years. But the reason is that Chief Judge Lippman in New York created a 50-hour requirement for people who want to be admitted to the New York bar. And now other bars are looking at something similar. New Jersey and California are quite advanced in their thinking. And so if the ABA doesn't speak out on this issue, then you're going to have a patchwork of lots of different requirements that states are coming up with. So it's much smarter for the ABA to set a bar and then have all the states know what should we be aiming for as they're considering their licensing rules.
Very smart. Okay. So, in your opinion, why is pro bono so important for law students, especially people who don't quite see themselves going down the public interest career path? Maybe they want to do corporate, transactional type of work. Why is this beneficial to them?
So every time I go around the country and I talk to students who have done pro bono work, they say it is among the most satisfying experiences that they have in law school. Not only does it show them the role that they can play with their law degree in making a difference on behalf of somebody who can't afford legal services, but also it gives them tangible skills that they can then use no matter what course that they end up taking, whether full-time public interest or private sector. They start to have a real sense of the tangible skills that they need in order to be able to help clients.
Okay, so that's a great segue into my next question. Because obviously a lot of law students say that they want more practical experience. That's one of the biggest issues in legal education right now. So what do you think a rule like this, a goal like this, could mean for the public interest job market?
Yeah, so there are two things about this. One is, you're absolutely right. This is not only the law students asking for more skills, but there have been 2 studies, the Carnegie report, and then long before that, the McCrate report, that said law schools should do a better job getting students practice ready. giving them skills and experiences in law school that help them get ready for practice. So the good news is that there's been a lot of changes over the years with more clinical programs and things like that. And pro bono is actually one of those areas where people, when they do that work, they walk out with more skills ready for practice. So this really does satisfy a lot of what the students are looking for in terms of more practical experiences so they can gain skills that help them become better lawyers.
Okay, thank you very
And in terms of what it means for the job market, we will have lots more students who will have those skills to be able to market themselves for jobs. Once they've had real client interaction, once they've done a demand letter, or they've done fact investigation, or created a complaint, any one of those things are things that can actually help market themselves into both public interest employers but also to private employers. It's a win-win. Everybody ought to be in favor of this.
Gotcha, yeah, and legal service always just feels good to do on a personal level.
Yeah,
We
well,
at-
you know.
Right, yeah, we at PSJD, we love public interest work. We think everybody should be doing it. So with that being said, I know you said this at the very beginning, but just to hit it home, how can law students help this campaign?
Yeah, so there's a petition drive that's going on right now. It's on the lawstudentsforprobono.org website.
Okay.
And students can sign on before January 31st in order to have their voices heard in this campaign.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, David. Thank you guys for watching. This is Equal Justice Works and PSJD signing off.
All right, bye.
Bye.